All right.
All right, let's take you to the county, Nairobi County Tallying Center at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, where our very own Brian Mushiri is still keeping on things for us. There's votes from across the county, number 047, are being tallied. Brian, good morning. What do you have for us?
Ben, interesting. You're saying hi to me as good morning. Yes, indeed, good morning from county number 47. The last time I took to the screen, I was at the data center by the Nation Media Group. Of course, we continue to take care of your data and give you the numbers that matter. I was at the Kasarani International Stadium, that's the Kasarani Sports Complex, where we anticipate definitely the votes for the governors, the senators, and women representatives for the Nairobi County will be tallied, and definitely the ones that have won will be announced from that point of view. But as of now, I have taken my legs and my movement because I said I will be oscillating all night long to Ruaraka constituency. As we speak right now, I am at the Steamer Club because this is also a constituency tallying center right here for the Ruaraka constituency seat. Earlier on in the day, I was able to take a lot of time in Mathare constituency because this is also one that has constantly been largely mentioned and fought for, even as far as legislation is concerned. You have a couple of big three names that we were able to single out even as the tallying of votes continues. You have that of incumbent Anthony Oluoch of the Orange Democratic Movement, that's ODM. You have a musician turned politician, Kevin Kioko Bahati, who's also in there trying to get the legislative seat, the National Assembly seat, to represent the people of Mathare constituency as their member of parliament. And then you have what one and many have called the newcomer in Nairobi politics. You have Billion Ojiwa of the United Democratic Alliance, who is what many are terming as a newcomer. But let me let you know that in Mathare constituency, because we at least left there as some of the votes were being tallied right there at the St. Teresa's Secondary School on Juja Road, is that constantly Billion Ojiwa, who's being touted as a newcomer in this particular election, really giving Anthony Oluoch and Kevin Kioko Bahati a run for their money as far as the votes are being tallied are concerned. You have 123,163 votes in that particular constituency. That's Mathare constituency. Of course, this is a constituency of notice and one to take keen interest in because, of course, not only because of the numbers, but the fact that constantly it has been flagged as an area of hotspot, as a hotspot area, beg your pardon, in the past couple of elections. And we've been there. I was there in the morning, yesterday in the morning. Interesting to say that right now. Yesterday in the morning, it was quite peaceful. Just one instance where a gentleman whom we identified as Rasta was really trying to cause some level of commotion in the queue to vote, and the police trying to eject him from that said queue, and they were heckled down by residents there at the St. Teresa's Secondary School, who said that Rasta, and they would chant Rasta must vote, Oache apige kura. So that was the major instance that we spotted there. Also a nice social story of an old granny who is 85 years old, actually being flanked by the grandchildren to come through and vote, and she was able to cast her ballot. So that was some of the things that, some of the instances that really came out there in Mathare constituency. But really, counting has begun, the counting of votes, and we are continuing to keep an eye on that. Let me also give you a brief on somewhere else that I'm covering, Kasarani constituency. Take note of these three major names because they're down there in Kasarani constituency. They are battling it out. You have the name of Captain Ronald Karauri. Of course, you would know him in the sports betting and business world. He's the CEO of SportPesa. You have incumbent Masi Gakuya of the Jubilee Party, as well as John Njoroge, who's of the United Democratic Alliance, UDA Party. John Njoroge was the previous MP from 2013 to 2017, trounced by incumbent Masi Gakuya. Interesting to note that in 31 years, Kasarani constituency has not retained a legislator. That's an interesting fact. But for now, Winnie, Ben, we are out here. It's what 40 minutes to 2 a.m. and we are still strong, we are still awake, and until kitangazwo ndio wanasema. Back to you in studio for now.
Thank you very much, Brian. Indeed, like we promised Kenyans, that we'll be traversing the different areas, different polling centers, just to make sure that we update Kenyans on what exactly is happening. So thank you very much, Brian, for holding fort for us. A number of, issues that Brian is saying, which I think I find interesting. Again, and of course, based on what Lois Ongoi also said or pointed out earlier on, and that is the aspect of independent, or again, what we were saying, rebels, and even the newcomers giving, the incumbent or the names that we know very well run for their money. So it's very interesting to see that.
Indeed, it will be very interesting to see how the parliamentary battles across the county of Nairobi pan out. Remember, we have seen sibling rivalry, so to speak, among the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, where they said part of the group wanted Nairobi to be, zoned out, so that if, for example, Mathare, where Brian Mushiri